Jai Baba. Nothing is real but God. Nothing matters but love for God. God is the only reality. All else that seems real is illusory. God and I are one. Meher Baba. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Thank you, beloved Baba, and Jai Baba to all of you. All right. We are continuing from our yesterday session about sleep, consciousness, mind, and body. That there is a gross body and a subtle body and a mental body. But between the gross and the subtle, there is something called astral. And we also
Yeah.
have an astral body with which we go into the astral world. Some people who are advanced can use the astral body consciously and go around and do whatever they want to do. And others do it, thank you. And the others do it unconsciously, means they really do not know how they are able to separate their physical body and the astral body and do their rounds or whatever that is. All right, coming back to our subject, we were doing about sleep, consciousness, mind, and body. We'll continue from where we stopped last yesterday.
In order to answer the basic question of why consciousness should oscillate between the quiescent state of sleep and the active state of wakefulness, one must attack the problem of the primary origin of consciousness. Full stop. Before the beginning of all beginnings, the infinite ocean of God was completely self forgetful. The utter and unrelieved oblivion of the self forgetful infinite ocean of God in the beyond state was broken in order that God should consciously know his own fullness of divinity. It was for this sole purpose that consciousness proceeded to evolve. Although the sea of oblivion has been swept back through the development of consciousness, yet it has been exchanged for a growing nightmare of ever increasing futility. Forgetfulness has been displaced by remembrance, but is a remembrance charged with limitation, helplessness, and binding desires.
All right. First of all, we all know, Baba explains in his beautiful book, God Speaks, where in the beginless beginning, before everything started, God is, but consciousness is not. I'm repeating, I know, but this is just for those who have come in new. Now, for God is and consciousness is not, is the exact same state in which we all go virtually every single day in our life when we go into the sound sleep state. Not the dream state, but sound sleep state, where I am, but the consciousness that I am is not there. In that state, there is absolute bliss, absolute peace, absolute vacuum, absolute nothingness. But I am not aware, sorry, I am not aware of all these beautiful things of having bliss and peace and calm and tranquility, blankness. I am not conscious of it. And for God to experience all these things consciously, he had to do something, and that is why he created the creation, which is diametrically opposite of what God is. God is infinite in his unity, oneness. Creation is infinite in its manyness. God experiences infinite knowledge, infinite power, and infinite bliss. The creatures experience helplessness, the creature experiences suffering, and all kinds of opposite of infinite knowledge, power, and bliss. Ignorance. So here Baba says, scientists say that sleep is a function of the brain because the brain gets tired, it wants to go to sleep. But spiritually, the spiritual master of all masters of all time, Avatar Meher Baba says that in order to answer the basic question of why consciousness should oscillate means going from one end to the other like a pendulum between the quiescent means
Quiescent.
inactive or quiet, peaceful, calm state of sleep and the active state of wakefulness, one must attack the problem of the primary origin of consciousness. What is the primary origin of consciousness? The primary origin or the primary purpose or the primary aim or the primary goal or the primary dhey of creating the consciousness is for God to experience himself as God consciously. He was God. There is nothing besides God. Baba says we all are God. We all have been God and will all continue to remain God. But because we are ignorant of our own true nature of the self, we consider ourselves as a plant or a fish or a bird or an animal or a human being. So, here the whole purpose of creation is to experience the Aham Brahmasmi state, the I am God state, the Anal Haq state. So, here Baba says, now Baba is explaining before the beginning of all beginnings. That means Baba uses the word, before the beginning of all beginnings, the infinite ocean of God was completely self forgetful. Self forgetful means did not have the consciousness of itself as God. The utter and unrelieved oblivion, it was so utterly oblivious that it was not even aware that it is oblivious. It is like sometimes I know that I don't know certain thing, but I don't know that I don't know. That is the situation here. Oblivious of the self forgetful infinite ocean of God in the beyond state was broken in order that God should consciously know his own fullness of divinity. The whole purpose of the leher or the vim or the hooky, as they say, all of a sudden he just got the urge to know himself. And in order to know himself, this creation started. His own fullness of divinity. It was for this sole purpose that consciousness proceeded to evolve. In other words, why did consciousness proceed to evolve from the gaseous to the stone metal mineral to the plants to the insects and reptiles, everything, to the fish, to the bird, to the animal, and to the human being. Why did it evolve? Because God wanted to experience Himself as God. The entire ocean wanted to experience itself as the ocean of God. Although the sea of oblivion has been swept back through the development of consciousness. In some other discourse, Baba explains that there is unconsciousness, which is infinite, and there is consciousness, which is also infinite. Now, in order for consciousness to overtake the unconscious, it had to gulp or it had to envelope, or it had to suck in the unconsciousness. By what? Here, what has happened? The moment consciousness started evolving, the so-called unconsciousness or oblivion, Baba uses the word oblivion, gradually started to recede, going back. So here Baba says, although the sea of oblivion has been swept back through the development of consciousness, as consciousness is developing, the oblivion or the unconsciousness is receding or going backwards. Yet it has been exchanged for a growing a nightmare of ever increasing futility. I'll explain. Forgetfulness has been displaced by remembrance, but is a remembrance charged with limitations, helplessness, and binding desire. Here, what Baba is trying to say is, in the initial stage, the consciousness was not there, it was unconscious. In order to gain consciousness, creation took place, and gradually consciousness evolved from the gaseous man, etc. We all know. But with the evolution of consciousness, no doubt the oblivion or the unconsciousness receded or went back. But now the consciousness, instead of being conscious of itself as God, it started becoming conscious of itself as something other than God. Got my point? So I'll repeat this. Forgetfulness, that means the oblivion, that means the unconsciousness, has been displaced. Displaced means removed, thrown away, swept back by remembrance. Remembrance has come. Forgetfulness has gone away. But remembrance of what? But it is a remembrance charged with limitation. I am now, you all are now fully, yeah, we all are now fully conscious, fully. But conscious of what? I am this body, this is my name, this is my wife, this is my property, this is my this. All this is remembrance of all that is illusory, that is transient, that is impermanent, that is illusion, that is not the truth, that is not the reality. So Baba says forgetfulness has been replaced by remembrance, but is a remembrance charged with limitation. You and I think that I am this physical body. This is a limitation. Baba says you are not the physical body, you are God itself. But because of the covering of God through the amassing of Herculean, mass of samskaras or impression, karmas, my vision, which is absolutely wide, is now focused only this much. I am having a tunnel view. Why? Because it is covered, enveloped, impressed by samskaras or impressions. So, in other words, Baba says each and every one and each and everything is nothing but God. There cannot be anything but God. But the issue or the problem is that this, what we call as Meher Baba, and all the other masters who have realized themselves, they have been able to remove all the kachra that was there around them, and they experienced I am God, Aham Brahmasmi state. Whereas we, although being God, are experiencing, Baba uses the word limitation, helplessness, and binding desires. All these are the core, all these are the result of our own past karma or impressions or samskaras. Any questions so far? We'll go step by step. Anybody has any questions so far on this? So how Baba says
Uh,
oblivion is removed, remembrance has come, but remembrance of what? of all that is false, of all that is unreal. And that is what is giving us the limitation and the helplessness and the bondage because of desire. Yes, Rakesh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No question?
Yeah, Jai Baba. When we say that the consciousness is complete, but it is limited to the gross and whatever, you know,
Yes.
means it's not consciousness is not open to the higher realms of, the advanced things.
Yes.
So, can we say that the consciousness is there, but whatever the real things are, they are hidden, they are enveloped, and as and when, let us like they say the seven planes, some people also call it a lotus, seven petals, or as in when each petal unfolds, you get
Yes.
understanding of the higher planes or whatever. So
Yes.
what you want to say when you say that consciousness is complete, but we are only conscious of the gross, means the higher consciousness, the higher planes are hidden. So
Yes.
how can you say the consciousness is complete? Do you mean the consciousness is the ability to see whatever is there to see for us? Is that what consciousness would
I
be?
got your point. I got your point.
Yeah.
I I got your point. I am reminded of a very intelligent query asked by a very prominent and intelligent person in Baba's circle. His name was Charles Purdom, C.B. Purdom. He's the one who has written quite a few books, including God to Man, Man to God, God Man, The Avatar, The Perfect Master.
Not the avatar.
Not The Avatar, sorry. Avatar was Gene Adriel. All right. So he asked Baba that same way, you are saying that consciousness is whole and complete in the first human form. But I find that I am becoming more and more conscious of so many more things as the years go by. As the years go by, I get to know so many more things. So that means that was not known to me before. So my consciousness is actually growing or expanding. So Baba very beautifully explained that your consciousness in the very first human form is absolutely complete. What is growing or expanding is your awareness within the consciousness. So, in other words, the awareness is gradually opening up, but it was already built into that complete complete whole consciousness. So, in other words, going by what Baba says, consciousness does not expand, but your awareness keeps on expanding as more and more petals, as you say, petals of the lotus are opening or unfolding itself or falling off or whatever you call it. So, in other words, consciousness, according to Meher Baba, is whole and see something like Baba gives an example. I don't know whether it may tally with what we are discussing. That a child's body is complete in the womb itself. That means the ability for the child to see is already there, built in the eyes of the child who is in the womb of the mother. But the child may not open the eyes in the womb itself, does not mean that the child does not have the eye and the child does not have the ability to see. So we all have the ability to achieve God realization because of the wholeness or completeness of the consciousness. But we are not able to see or access those areas of let's say, the planes of consciousness and God because of the muck that we have gathered in the entire travail which we have traveled all through the developing consciousness. I don't know if I'm making myself clear, Rakesh,
Yeah,
that the
got it.
ability.
Thank you.
Sorry?
I got it. Thank you.
You got it, huh? Because it's something like I keep giving this example of repeated example that you bring a big boulder of marble or a stone or a rock, and the architect wants to create a murti of, say, Ganesha from there. Sculptor, I'm sorry, sculptor, right? So what does he do? Does he bring some part from outside, the ears, the trunk, and the eyes? No. What does he do? He simply removes off the unwanted part, and the murti is already there. So, in other words, the Murti, the God, so called God, is already there within us. What is required of us is to remove the unwanted part. Spirituality is not amassing or accumulating or gathering from without. It is an unfoldment from within. It unfolds from within. And how does it unfold? It will only if you tie a bud. Let's say there's a rose bud and you tie it with a thread, whatever. It won't unfold. But the moment you unwind the thread, it will automatically unfold. So we are all bound by the thread of samskaras. And as gradually with the reincarnation process and the experiencing of the so-called good, the so-called bad, the so-called ugly, the so-called vulgar, whatever it is, once with those experiences, the samskaras become loosen up and then the unfoldment takes place. But the flower is already there in the bud, just as the tree is already there in the seed. The seed is so small, but a huge tree is there in the seed, latent. Only thing is it requires to be manifested. So in the same way, within each one of us, God is already there. It needs to be manifested. And in order for allowing God to manifest himself, all that we need to do is to get rid of what we are not. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not this, I am not that. Baba says that,
I'm nothing.
Soumya is prompting, I am nothing but a
Living lie
living lie
of that.
of that truth. And unless the lie
That is
is
me.
dead, the truth cannot be. That is me. And unless, so in other words, as very beautifully Baba said, and we got to know from Erach, is that books and books and books have been written about how to find God. People go searching for God here, there, everywhere. What is important is not how to find God, but how to lose yourself. That means lose your false self. And one of the easiest, shortest, quickest, safest way to lose ourselves, as Baba says, is to make him our constant companion and make him as the provisional ego that I am not the doer, it is he who is doing through us. As a result of which we remain in a state of tathast, in a state of equanimity. We do not get affected or shaken up by what is happening outside of us, and that is the pathway through which we are all expected to go, and not go in search of any kind of spiritual. Baba uses the word spiritual gymnastics, because irrespective of what you do, meditation, concentration, naam, jap, havan, what is the puja part, whatever that we do, Baba says in no uncertain terms, it binds. Simple, it binds. So, in order that things should not bind us, we have to make this so-called via media, which Baba has given us, a very beautiful nuska, a very beautiful modus operandi, a very doable stuff, and that is to enthrone him in our heart and all the time genuinely feel it is he who is doing everything through me, and I am not the doer. Then by Baba's grace and by our effort, maybe we would be able to reach our goal much easily, quickly, and safely. All right, going on with the reading.
As a means of respite, consciousness seeks the oblivion of deep sleep, where it again surrenders itself temporarily to the sea of self forgetfulness, the original beyond state of God. In sleep, consciousness becomes latent for the time being until the burden of unspent sanskaras forces it to manifest again in the awake state. Through sleep, the mind refreshes itself temporarily for further participation in the game of becoming self conscious.
Listen, humanity.
Listen, Humanity, chapter 2, page 116.
All right. So now Baba is explaining that why is it that we need sleep? Because our original state is the sound sleep state, original state. And so, after experiencing all this falsity, I am this, I am that, I am rich, I am poor, I am good, I am bad, the consciousness gets fed up because it is all false. It is not giving the consciousness what should I say,
Relief.
sukoon, yeah, a relief, a sense of, no. And therefore, it wants to go back to that original state of the sound sleep state. And that is why we keep going every day to that sound sleep state only to be awakened the next day, because in that sound sleep state, the mind already has certain unspent, unexperienced samskaras. And these samskaras लाठी मार के goading her, come on, उठो 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 चलो, come on, spend me, come on, experience me, come on, use me. And that is the cycle we all go through, and that is the real reason why we all go to sound sleep state or need sleep. Now we'll read what Baba has to say. As a means of respite. Respite means time, interval. Respite means rest. As a means of respite, consciousness seeks the oblivion of deep sleep, where it again surrenders itself temporarily to the sea of self forgetfulness, the original beyond state of God. It is so, I would say, reassuring. It is such a reassurance to us that every single day, when we go to sound sleep state, we are actually resting within God in his Paratpar Parbrahma state, beyond the beyond state. Just imagine how beautiful it is that we can never, ever, ever be separated from God. Every single day, we are actually merging into God, but because of our samskaras, again we are coming out, again merging into God, again, and this goes on till such time as all our samskaras, impressions are totally annihilated, abolished, totally abolished. In that case, we will once again merge into God, but we will be conscious of that merging. We will not become unconscious. We will be conscious, and we will experience infinite knowledge, infinite power, infinite bliss consciously. And then we can proclaim, I am God, Anal Haq, Soham, Aham Brahmasmi state. All right. In sound sleep, consciousness becomes latent for the time being. Only for the time being, it is going in sound sleep. It is latent. It is not, mind is not annihilated. It is latent. Latent would mean Gupta.
Supta.
Supta. Supta, sorry. Supta. It is in a Supta state. I remember that film Gupta Gyan, so I said Gupta. It is Supta. All right. Until the burden of unspent samskaras forces it to manifest again in the awake state. So, what is it that is awakening us every day? not our wife or husband, not our mother-in-law or daughter-in-law. It is not our children. Our own samskaras wake us up every day. Why? Because it is asking us to utilize, spend, experience them. Because it is only in the utilizing and spending and experiencing them that we are getting lighter and lighter and lighter. But unfortunately, while we are utilizing, we are also accumulating. Why? Because the agent of action is the aham, I. I have done, I am doing, I am going to do. I-ness. Because the agent of action is I, it binds. And that is why Baba so beautifully says that the moment you get up in the morning, think it is Meher Baba who has got up in the morning. You wear him. Baba says you wear him, or you enthrone him in your heart. And for a few minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, Baba, whatever I am going to do today, it will not be I, but it will be you who will be doing through me. So you please guide, get this instrument, this yantra, to do whatever you will or you wish or you want it to be done. And then do whatever you want to do. At the back of your mind, it is Baba who is with you, it is Baba who is doing through you, it is Baba who is doing everything through you. Then again, Baba has said 12 noon, remember me just for a few seconds. 5 o'clock in the evening, just remember me for a few seconds. And when you go back to bed, think, Baba, all that has been done today has been done by you through me. And so I am offering it all to you. It is all yours. I've got nothing to do with whatever has been got done today. My thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my words, my actions, everything is yours. Dump it. Baba says, dump it on his lap. Dump his in his lap. Say, go, it is all yours. And have a good night's sleep. And then start again the next day morning. So here Baba says, what is waking us up are the unspent samskaras. Through sleep, the mind refreshes itself temporarily for further participation in the game of becoming self-conscious. Baba uses the word, this whole creation is nothing but a game. The whole of life is nothing but a game when you have to find your real self.
Hide and seek.
Okay, like hide and seek.
Oh,
Soumya says, like
not
hide
hide
and
and
seek.
seek. Baba said.
Okay,
Game of
Baba
hide and
says,
seek.
this is a game of hide and seek where you have to find your real self. The finding of real self is difficult because you are looking for something you have never lost. So it is much more easier. Instead of finding your real self, you act by losing your false self. And by losing your false self, automatically the real self manifests itself. Prakat hota hai real self. So this is where we end today's session. This is in Listen Humanity, chapter 2, page number 116. We still have a little time, but if somebody has a question or sharing, please do. Otherwise, I'll. Sorry? No, this is different, huh? Anybody has anything to ask?
Okay, just want to ask one thing. When you say, when 7 planes are called 7 planes of consciousness, why aren't they called 7 planes of awareness when consciousness is the same on all?
Well, that I'll have to ask Meher Baba because I really don't know. I forgot to ask him when he was there. I really don't. I really don't know. Basically, basically, I agree with you technically, theoretically, yes, that the awareness is expanding. But when Baba says planes of consciousness, perhaps what he means is that it is the consciousness which is eradicating the kachra. So the consciousness is remaining intact. But I agree with you. Technically, I do agree with you. It can be called planes of awareness. But basically, what I'm not an advocate for Meher Baba, so I really don't know. But basically, what it means, consciousness is whole and complete in the first human form. What happens is the kachra is removed by and by, and apparently the consciousness is getting a wider and wider vision of its own self. So that is the level, the awareness is increasing, but with the awareness increasing, the consciousness is apparently expanding. Apparently, I'm saying. I have no answer to what you are saying.
No, but we understand it.
Yeah,
So it's
Good.
okay.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Mayor Daruwala.
Yes, Mayor.
Cyrus uncle, is it the same type of thing what I sent you in the morning about Maya?
Oh my God, I don't know which Maya you're talking. I did not read. I don't think I have read.
I think I sent that thing, article about Maya in the morning. I
Oh,
put
I'll
it
have to
up
go through it. But
on
tell me
the
tell me what you sent, then I can answer your query.
I just sent a little bit on the Maya somebody
but
had
you must-
sent me.
You must have read
I
it,
sent
no?
that.
Or you just send it. There
No, I read it. I read it.
So what is
But
that?
no, I
Give me a
read it.
gist
I
of-
read it. I
give me
read
a
it.
gist.
But is it the way the same words I feel?
Because I haven't
The
read,
word.
so I really don't know. I read a joke somewhere, WhatsApp. Who is a straightforward person? A straightforward person is one who forwards the mail, which he receives straight without reading. So I hope you are not that.
No, I read it, but is it something the same type I wanted to ask you
I
something?
really don't know.
like
Maybe
that.
I'll go
Okay.
through it, and maybe on a personal chat I can tell you that. Yeah. Dilshad,
Okay. Jai Baba.
Dilshad seems to have
Hi.
opened up. Yeah.
Hi, this is Ram.
Go ahead.
Hey, I have a question for Rakesh. So
Yes,
I just
please.
want to ask him, what's wrong with the planes of consciousness? Why
Arre,
should it be in
no, no.
planes of?
That is over. He's convinced. We don't want to open up. Case dismissed.
No, forget about. No, I'm trying to understand. Why this?
No. He has a very
alternative
listen,
name,
Ram. He has a very valid point that consciousness remains the same all through, right from the first human stage till God realization. What changes is the awareness. And since the awareness changes on the planes of consciousness, why is it not called the planes of awareness rather than planes of consciousness? Am I right, Rakesh? That was his question. But we don't want to get into this. He's convinced about what we said. And we are not going to counter Meher Baba as to why did you use
I know.
that.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
way, that
So
way.
I was trying to.
Dilshad has
Just
something
get
to ask. Ask or say.
No,
Okay.
just on the same point which Rakesh said.
Are Baba, wo
Uh,
to he's convinced
I'm just
that court case is over. He's gone home also. Okay, go ahead, chalo. Go ahead.
no problem. Then let it be.
No, Dilshad, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
it's okay. I just want to share what my understanding is.
Please do.
That in the
Please
very
do.
beginning, I asked. Yeah, okay. Once I finish, I will tell you. In the very beginning, I asked, what is consciousness? And consciousness closest to the understanding that I got is Chetna. And Chetna and awareness is different. In fact, when you said that the planes of consciousness could be called awareness, I don't think so, because awareness is just to know, the factorial fact of understanding, while Chetna and consciousness is experiential. It is not just knowing, but also experiencing. So I think the word consciousness is more appropriate, and Baba, in all his wisdom, has been able to tell us that it is beyond awareness, and consciousness is experiential. Thank you.
Thank you. You did not say you are over.
I said thank you.
Okay, thank you, dear. Thanks a lot. Any more questions?
Yeah, Baba.
Oh, yeah, Dinesh.
Yeah, just I wanted to share on astral travel.
Okay.
This is used extensively in shamanism.
Okay.
Shamanism, shamans, shamanism is a most ancient healing method in this universe.
Okay.
and it is followed depending upon its देश काल परिस्थिति के अनुरूप. मैक्सिकन का एक अलग होता है, इंडियंस में अलग होगा. डिफरेंट डिफरेंट प्लेसेस डिफरेंट फॉर्म में रहते हैं. So shamans, they were the healers. They were the like doctors in very ancient time, and now it is being professed professionally also. Shamanism, if you can, yeah. So there it is used astral traveler is being used there very extensively. They travel to different worlds and find out solution to the problems of their patients.
Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you, Dinesh.
Shamanism. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I hope they find problem with this farmers protest, with the astral. Anyway, why I tried to, in a sense, brush it out was, or not give too much of attention to it was, simply because it is all in the domain of illusion. And this is how our mind and the ego drives us more and more into illusion, whereas Baba is trying to take us out of it. See, this is the play of the mind. You see, I do agree with you, Dinesh, and also Ram had something to share. And yesterday, I think Aban had something to share. But then this will not take us anywhere further with regard to what Baba is trying to take us where. And that is why we derail ourselves and go somewhere else. We want to go, वो कहते हैं किधर जापान चाइना, what is it? जाना था चाइना जाना था जापान चीन, ऐसे हो जाता है. So that is why I try to bring back our discussion on the rail rather than to derail it out, that way. But I appreciate, Dinesh, your contribution. Thank you. Okay. We are already on 6:19. Anybody has anything to say?
Yes, it is Sham Sundar.
Yes, Sham Sundar. Please go ahead.
After awaking, Baba says we spend sanskaras.
Yes.
I want to know, we create sanskaras or how we spend it.
Yeah, we that's why I said in the very process of spending, we are also creating fresh samskaras, because we are functioning from the platform of the limited, separative, self-centered, finite I. I am doing this. Immediately we catch samskaras. And that is why Baba has given us a superb solution, that think that it is not you who is doing, but it is Baba who is doing through you. That way. So, but if your question is whether we accumulate, yes, we simultaneously spend as well as we accumulate if we are performing from the sense of, if the agent of action, Baba uses the word, if the agent of action is the limited I, which it normally is, then we are actually accumulating. And therefore, at the end of the day, when I say end of the day, it would mean end of our life. We have actually accumulated more than what we are supposed to spend. And this goes on and on and on, supposedly ad infinitum. Got it?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. So thanks to Baba. Thanks to all of you. We meet on Saturday. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Jai Baba. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you.